Okay, so notice here we have our D fourth, D-shaped fourth. So we're in the A box, we're in the A column. It's A cross D cross E. So the fourth is going to be a D shape and the fifth is going to be an E shape. Let's look at that. Here's an A-shaped, here's an A-shaped C. I've just moved the real deal A. I've moved it up. Okay. So here's our A-shaped C, and we've got a D-shaped fourth, which is F, and we have an E-shaped fifth, which is G. Okay, so that arpeggio was kind of, missing a few notes there, because you can't do a really good arpeggio just off the chord. You want to know how to do that. That's another exercise, and we can use the string shapes to do that. To do a nice arpeggio, we would have started on the G string there, so we would do 6 root. But the problem is, that this is the minor arpeggio, by the way. So let's not even look at that. We're getting in trouble there now. Let's just focus over here. What's going on? It would be starting on the E shape would be root 2, but now it's a local root, so the G is root 2, right? So it goes. Okay, that's the arpeggio. Okay, so we'll work on that. You could do a major arpeggio from that G. It's called a cage-bound arpeggio, and when we look at it, it's a E-shaped arpeggio, and right here it's going to run like this. We're going to be starting on the 6th, which is the A. It'd be 6 root 4 6 root 4 6. Here's our D up on here. And for the E, it would be 5 7 2 5 7 2 5. So what sounds better, this? Well, not me, aside from my finger bar. What sounds better, that or? Obviously, you got more of an arpeggio on the bottom one. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So we want to make the substitution. Now we're going to substitute the 4th of A, which is D, and we're just going to play the string shapes from that D. So let's focus on that D. Okay, we're just going to pretend that we're playing a D pentatonic, not a D diatonic. I know you're getting sick of me making that point. I'm getting sick of making that point. So it's going to be in the key of C if it's the F, which will be the 4th. It'll be a D-shaped F up here, right? This guy. It's going to be pentatonic. But we want to look at it in terms of string shapes. So we're going to be looking at that bottom D string shape right here. Now we're going to pretend that we're in a local root. Here we're in a local root for that F. Okay, so it's going to be the D-shaped F. So here's our C-shaped G, C-shaped C, A-shaped C. The 4th of A is going to be the D-shaped F. So we're going to play 2 3 on the D string, 5 6 on the A string, root 2. Here's our F root on the E string, and then 3 5 on the C string, and then simply a 6 root on the G string, but we have to warp it up, and then 2 3 again. So 6 root on the G string, 2 3 again on the A string. That's the substitution we're going to do. And of course, if you know your pentatonic scales, you're simply going to substitute those shapes. But I caution against playing shapes that you know. For instance, in D shape, I can go. But did I really digest each and every individual string shape and the notes? Because it's very important when you're doing some kind of a groove or something and you want to play these little string shapes, and you want to, just start them anywhere. So you could start a D string shape here. If you know that, you're in that D, and you got to stay in the pentatonic here. So if it's all in the key of A, you can do that D thing from anywhere as long as you start on the right note. So you start with the D. It's like, do we go to that G, that root? Yeah, there's F to the 6 there. You can do them anywhere. I know I'm not making the point that well. Sometimes a teacher will tell you, learn this, and just not telling you why. Because it's all gonna be valuable to you later on. I've told students to do that, to learn how to play certain things, because they'll be valuable later on. It'd just be so much easier. So the same thing with the E. Now we're going to pretend, instead of playing the when we go to the E in the C box, this is the A box rather. Now we go to the E shape's going to be its 5th. Okay, so it's going to be the E in the key of A, it's going to be the G in the key of C. Alright, instead of just whipping off one of those pentatonics or tritonics, remember, anything you can do pentatonically, you can do tritonically. Here's pentatonic. And here's triads. They're just notes within that pentatonic, so you can do them. And you'll learn these shapes. So this is this entire chart. And one last thing we have to cover is the minors. How are we going to do the minors? Alright, the whole key to the minors is you have to know which is the parent key of that minor. So going to let's say in the key of C, we have D minor and E minor. The parent key for the D minor is going to be F, which is the 4th. The parent key for the E minor is going to be G, which is the 5th. And the parent key for A minor is going to be the parent root. So we don't have to do a substitution. Notice the word sub is not here. It's just C-shaped minor. And to do that with the string shapes, we simply replace 5 by 6 in each one of the string shapes, so they don't change at all. The string shapes have not changed at all. We still have 6, 7 root for G. We still have 3, 4, 5 for C. We're just not going to play the 4. We're not going to play the 7. Okay? And for the minors, we've got 5 goes to 6. By the way, I got the wrong pentatonic on this minor. Sorry, let's get that right. Okay, this should be the right pentatonic for the minor. So remember, we went and substituted a D shape, which is the 4th. I guess this is in the this is in the A box here. Okay, so actually we were looking at the C box here, right? So we'll go to the minor in the C, D minor and the E minor, and we're going to substitute this for pentatonic. Alright, it would be for the pentatonic minor is the same. It's the triads that we have to go 5 to 6. Okay, so the pentatonic doesn't change for the minor. It just matters where you start.